This stream, I'm Tandy. Today's stream, we're going to be playing more Mono Red Wizards featuring Slickshot Show Off. This 2-cost 1/2 flying haste says whenever you play a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+0. It also has plot, which means you can pay for it up front and then cast it on a future turn, and it has haste, so you can attack with it. Play a bunch of spells all in one turn, which occasionally will ruin your opponent's day because they don't get to hold up mana on the turn they want to hold up mana to interact with it. You can also kind of swarm them with a bunch of smaller creatures like Soulscar Mage, Monster Swift Spear to really put a lot of pressure on their removal. And even if they do kill Slickshot Show Off, sometimes they still die to the other things. But if they don't kill Slickshot, oh man, they're getting roasted. So this deck is basically built around the Slickshot, but we're also playing Wizard's Lightning to pay it off. We finally got another Wizard that's good, and Slickshot Show Off adds to the Get 2 Lava Runner and the Soulscar Mage to give us 12 solid Wizards that cost 2 or less to allow Wizard's Lightning to become Lightning Bolt. And while it's not always Lightning Bolt, it is Lightning Bolt more often than not. In this build, this main deck, 60, has been 5-0ing leagues like crazy. We 5-0 10-0'd our very first league that we played with it, and we went 4-1 when we made some changes to the sideboard. But I've been experimenting with other iterations with more Reckless Impulse, trimming down on Skewer the Critics, but I think that Skewer the Critics is secretly one of the better cards in the deck, specifically because of how quickly it kills with Slickshot Show Off. The difference between a Skewer the Critics and a Wild Slash, for example, is enormous in terms of damage output. And when you're throwing everything at the face at the end of the game, Skewer the Critics is basically the only thing that you want. There are times where you can cast Skewer the Critics after combat to kill something, and those turns will be pretty good, but most of the time Skewer the Critics is Lava Spike, but it's a pretty darn good Lava Spike. We're only playing 19 lands, which I think is maybe one too few, but every time I've played more lands, I've flooded a little bit. We've added a Gigantha to the sideboard, which I'm not sure is a good thing or a bad thing, but the last couple leagues we played, we did find Gigantha quite a bit, but we were also playing more copies of Reckless Impulse, so there's a chance that Gigantha is unnecessary if we don't have more land and more Reckless Impulse. The versions I was playing was 20 lands and 3 Reckless Impulse, and the Gigantha was quite good, but that's because we needed more things to do with our mana because we had so many Reckless Impulses and fewer burn spells to close the game. And so there's a chance that this Gigantha should be another Witchstalker Frenzy or something like that. Our deck does a lot of damage in a small amount of time with cards like Monstrous Rage to buff Swift Spear and Soulscar Mage with Prowess early on, work with burn spells to do massive attacks. Commander Faces Kakazin is a threat that also counts as a non-creature for our Prowess effects. And then lastly, Get 2 Lava Runner is a 1-cost wizard. They can get haste. It's likely the weakest card in the deck, but it is a wizard, and it's there to make your strongest card castable in Wizard's Lightning. Or second strongest card behind Slickshot, I guess. This is Mono Red Wizards. The sideboard, we're playing 3 Red Cap Melee to help out in the mirror. These could be Chandra's Defeat. I like Red Cap Melee because against Boros Heroic, sometimes you need to kill a white creature, but having more removal in general is good. And I don't love running Volley because they do have mono red creatures that are kind of annoying. Or they do have other creatures besides that. I'm not sure about Red Cap Melee versus Chandra's Defeat, if I'm being honest. If there were more Chandras running around, I would say that Chandra's Defeat's better because it kills the 3-drop Chandra. And some mirror matches, I think, might lean into that type of thing. Instead of maybe Skewer Wizard's Lightning, they go... Or maybe instead of Wizard's Lightning, they go Chandra. Instead of Lava Runner, they play Fugitive Codebreaker or something similar. Rest of our sideboard, 2 Running Volley, mostly for Ledger Shredder. 3 Case of the Crimson Pulse. This is going to be a stellar sideboard card against Rakdos midrange, sometimes. On occasion, you can't empty your hand because you get stalled on mana. It does cost 3 to loot once, so the first activation basically doesn't do anything. So there's a lot to like and a lot to dislike about Case of the Crimson Pulse. I have yet to see it do anything truly ridiculous, but I still am winning most of my games with the deck. So it's possible that this case is just unnecessary, and we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I tried splashing white for Wedding Announcement. The Wedding Announcements were pretty good, and I think maybe Boros Charm might secretly be excellent with Slickshot Show Off for the secret combo kill of giving it double strike and the late game burn effects. But the Boros Charm has to take the place of something like Skewer the Critics, and so you lose the consistency of being mono red in order to essentially play something that's very similar in nature, just direct damage to the face, and I don't know if it's worthwhile. Rampaging Frostodon is here for explicitly a Amalia combo, but we can maybe bring it in against some other spots. But Rampaging Frostodon is a Stone Cold killer against Amalia. This is Mono Red Wizards. Let's play League. All right, we're going to keep this hand, and I'm going to hope to just naturally draw a land. We did not. Let's see. We did not win the die roll. If we're on the play, I think this would be a pretty easy keep. On the draw, there's a good chance that Swiftspear doesn't get there, and so if the Swiftspear dies on turn 1, we may have to upkeep Play with Fire, looking for a land, which sounds horrible now that I say it out loud. So I kind of want to mulligan, but I think I'm going to keep. Thank you, Jessica. I've been enjoying playing Lorcana quite a bit. Did you play any store champs? I got to play one. It was nice. Don't play. Okay, they played nothing, which means that they probably have Play with Fire. Weird. All right, so now my Play with Fire doesn't do anything. I might just be dead to this Mono. As weird as that sounds. I'm gonna say good luck. So the Play with Fire is not going to kill anything. Monastery Swiftspear is not blocking, which means that they're going to go creature, kill my Swiftspear, attack, and then I'm basically left with nothing. So I kind of want to Play with Fire face, looking for a land. It's like a really sicko sequence, but I think Swiftspear attack is just better, because if they don't have the removal spell for it, we at least get to maybe attack and then play Light Up the Stage, because most of the creatures they could play have haste here. If they do kill my Swiftspear, and I can't kill anything with Play with Fire, I might upkeep it just to try, but I kind of just need to naturally draw the land 2 for a Slickshot, so I can go plot and then cast it, Wizard's Lightning, Monstrous Rage, attack. What would you play in heavy items meta? I think green is really good against the Sapphire decks. Slickshot, show off. Okay, so this one is not that scary. We're going to take the 2 and then we're going to attack. And then we're going to Wizards. Are we going to look for... Well, what are we going to do? Maybe we're going to die. Might just be dead. Need to draw Skewer the Critics either on our draw step or on our Light Up the Stage. I'm just playing slowly. Very cool. Monstrous Rage. We got to attack and Light Up the Stage. We didn't draw anything that can stop the Slickshot, and I don't think Monstrous Rage is it. We need to hit a land drop here. Unfortunately, Swiftspear is a monk. All right, so now we can hold up the Play with Fire to go face and scry one if we need to. We can also target the Kamano. And then if I draw a land, I can go Slickshot plus Wiz to kill their Slickshot. If they go for a kill spell on the Swiftspear, I can Monstrous Rage to maybe protect it. Just depends on what they do here, but the Slickshot is threatening a ton of damage. I mean, this is nightmare scenario for me. On the draw, against Slickshot that has 3 toughness with no way to kill it. Monstrous Rage it. Okay. Alright, we're going to play with fire the little guy. Hope they don't have another Monstrous Rage. Rafael Jesus, thanks for the follow. Alright, so they had Light Up the Stage. They have main deck Searing Blood. Interesting. Maybe they have cut Get to Lava Runner. They already played a land, though. Nice. We might be dead next turn, but I'm going to go for a buff here while they're tapped out from the Searing Blood and get in a big hit. I feel like anything they had there, they would have played. And we're just going to hope that they can't deal me 10. This is 3, 6, 7, 8. So I need them to not have anything. I guess I could have Wizard's Lightning face, but then this Searing Blood kills my bird and I lose. So that's why I did it the way I did. Alright, so they're going to upkeep the Searing Blood on this. I don't understand that. But then we take 3 down to 7. And now if they draw anything, we die. This is a tapped land. This is an untapped land. Skewer the critics. Okay, you win. Okay. We drew well. We're going to bring in the red cap melees. We drew well and it didn't matter. Bring in some frenzies as well. We can use that defensively. I don't love light up the stage on the draw, but I feel like the game's just going to be in a spot where it's not bad. And maybe trim Lava Runner. Maybe trim Monstrous Rage. Alright, so let's say we bring in these 5. And we cut 1 light up the stage and the 4 Monstrous Rages. And the threat of Monstrous Rage is occasionally as good as the Rage itself. And we'll just be a little bit more interactive on the play. What's up, Nick? Looks like they're playing the top 4 list from the challenge yesterday. That's fair. Alright, so I guess we'll start with Kamano, because I know that whenever my opponent starts with turn 1 Kamano, I usually feel like I'm dead. Because my first remove spell usually doesn't work. And that way I can go Swift Spear, kill your thing, and not leave my creature vulnerable. The 2 Raymond runes as our lands is going to be a little bit painful, but it is what it is. Going to be in Chicago in June? I don't think so. I'm on the wait list. I was unable to get a ticket, but it's my own fault. I didn't even know when it was going on sale. Was on 6. Plays against this deck twice at the L just last night during a Pioneer tournament. The deck seems super fun. Yeah, it's very powerful, very fun. I agree. The bird is the word. Alright, so they come on as well. So now I kind of want to... Alright, well, I guess we'll just get an extra damage here. I will go ahead and play my creature. And they can obviously kill the Soulscar Mage, but we have clears for their next, like, 2 creatures. And it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to kill Swiftspear unless they go Soulscar or Gitu or whatever into kill Swiftspear. I do think Searing Blood is a great sideboard card. You know, I thought about maybe not playing into it. I do want to find a... maybe another creature here. Top card's a Den. I don't mind the Den, actually. It's not a threat right this second, but it is okay. That's going to transform. We're going to go Skewer Face and attack for a bunch. And they missed a land drop, so we're just trying to close the game quickly. They're already at 6. They have a blocker, but we have to play with fire for it. Watching a Red Wedding vid on YouTube and got the Twitch notification. Tandy Inception. What's up, MVT9? That's the whole point, right? Alright, so now they're going to go skewer this, and then we're going to go upkeep, play with fire, looking for the last point. Oh, they didn't hit it. They have light up the stage instead. Let's hope they don't have skewer for this. So they're going to 5. Alright, so we can upkeep, play with fire, looking for any damage. Law Runner's damage. GG. Game 3 coming up. Okay, so I still think the Monstrous Rages are fine sided out. I kind of want to side out another light up the stage, but I don't think I have anything that wants to come in. Maybe a Dawn, but I don't think that's worth. I kind of wish I had another red cap melee. If the mirror is going to be this prevalent, like if it's going to be once or twice a league, I think 3 or 4 red cap melee just makes sense. You can be Chandra's defeat, though. I don't know which one's better. Do you think the deck has some staying power in the format? Just flavor of the week. The bird is fucking crazy. If you don't know that yet, I don't know what to tell you. If you haven't died to it yet, you will. And, yeah. Alright, they're on the play. My hand is pretty good, though. I am going to keep in the hopes that I just draw a land or 2. They're on 6 cards. We have the turn one. Ooh, they mulligan again. But we have Kamano into creature, which is always a great start because it kind of bricks off play with fires. The bird is the word. Burn always has staying power? That's definitely not true. Remember when Boros Convoke was the flavor of the week last year? And everyone had 6 main deck 3-cost Wrath effects after that? Try doing that against this deck. It's very difficult. Turn 1 Swifty. And I'm going to try to save the red cap for something a little bit stronger. So we're going to start off with Kamano. And now I'm just kind of hoping I draw lands. If I don't draw lands, I'll just play Lava Runner more than likely. But if they play a bird and attack, I probably have to red cap melee it before it kills me. Oh, E-Price doesn't work anymore because MTGO traders went offline. Uh-oh. Light up the stage. That undoes one of their 2 mulligans. They found a land and a Slickshot, so that's scary. So I really do need to draw a land this turn. Would be nice. Oh. Then draw it. Uh-oh. Okay, well, they have to cast it, so let's just hope that they don't have a land. If they just cast this next turn and don't have a land, we'll be in good shape. It's like 20 ticks. Yeah, it was a lot more the other day. See if they have land 3. If they attack, what do I do? If they attack, I think I block so that they can't Slickshot, but I don't really know. Maybe we just take it. Maybe we just take it because it turns on Wizard's Lightning, and it's only 1 damage coming in. If it's Restless Rage or whatever, Reckless, I don't know, Monstrous Rage or whatever. Tandy, I'm a Lotus Field player who plays the Grazer version. I just want to get your opinion on your matchup against Lotus Field. Do you just try to end the game by turn 3? Is lock down a card that you're able to play and win through? I think I'm able to play and win through it decently well. But I do think that it's a bad matchup for Lotus. If I were playing against Lotus every round, I would be happy about it. For whatever that's worth. Alright, we have some options here. I'm going to start with Wizards Lightning on the Slickshot, just to see what they do. They can't protect it with Monstrous Rage. They played it post-combat, which means that they might have something for this. Let's attack. We can red cap here, but I think I'm just going to post-combat Skewer here. They didn't have removal. Interesting. So Monstrous Rage also saves this. So maybe we should just red cap melee this now. Maybe I just say go. Maybe I should light up the stage, but I've already played a land, so I think I'll just sit on the red cap. It's like pretty hard for them to save the Swiss Spear through a red cap. We did miss a damage though. I probably should have main phased it on this to play around Monstrous Rage. I will not play into Monstrous Rage. So that to me signifies that I should have just killed this when I attacked to get in the extra damage as well. Tap done. We'll take the 1. This does let them cast a light up, but they didn't do that last turn. Played a Slickshot. Alright, so we are going to attack, and we're going to light up the stage in hopes that we draw a land. Did not find the land. I'll just say go, I guess. So if they go Slickshot, activate Den and attack, we'll kill the Den with the red cap, and then we'll untap him, we'll play removal spells on the rest. Searing Blood. They didn't play the Slickshot first. It's weird. Take the damage. If they don't play the Slickshot, I don't really know what's going on, because clearly they don't have a way to kill the 3 toughness thing. But I'm just trying not to walk into Monstrous Rage, basically. They can't save it with double Monstrous Rage, because you can only put one of the things on it. So we'll assume we're going to take the 3. Let's see what they cast. Monstrous Rage on the Swiss Spear. Okay, so I think I can red cap the Swiss Spear right now, and it'll die no matter what, unless they have a second Monstrous Rage. So maybe we just red cap the Slickshot. And then we go 3, 6, 9. I think they're trying to bait us into the melee, right? So we'll just melee the Slickshot instead. Because it's going to be about as much damage anyway, especially if their last thing's another Monstrous Rage. And another Monstrous Rage is not lethal on the Swiss Spear alone. Not hitting the land was a little awkward. If we hit a land now, though, I think Swiss Spear, Wizard's Lightning, Skewer is lethal. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so another Monstrous Rage. So we played around it well, and now we're going to take 9, and then if we draw a land, we win. 3, 6, 9. So we're dead to every 3 damage spell, no matter what. We don't have a kill here. We're just short. All right, we'll just kill that and say go. We'll let our Swiss Spear rot, and then hopefully we just untap. Kill Swifty and light up. I don't think we light up. We're dead to the den if we miss on land. All right, let's attack. I just don't want to go to 2 and lose to play with fire. I guess I just don't go for it until they try to kill me. I just don't do anything until they try to kill me. They drew the land for den, so if they fire up the den, then we'll kill them. We'll wait for them to declare an attack, and then we'll just go double wizard at face. I think I still untap. Do I just go to my untap step? So if they had the land last time, they would have played it right. So their hand might just be a. I don't know, man. If it's a play with fire, this is so weird. But if they activate the Den of the Bugbear, then they're dead. So let's just go to our turn, and we'll attack. And then if they do Den block, we just let the Den trade. Okay, so now it doesn't matter. So I was basically just trying to play around the deal 2, and then I was trying to play around deal 3, and I could successfully do it each time. Now at any point, so we're going to attack, and then we're going to kill them in response to whatever they do. If they didn't have anything, they definitely should have gone for the Den of the Bugbear attack. I'm not going for the kill when they had a kill, and they have nothing else. So that leads me to believe that the last card was Searing Blood, or Play with Fire. Neither of which do much. Okay, so I'm going to play, I guess, Lava Runner here, and it's going to get the counter. We don't get to use our mana, but I don't want their Fatal Push that seems obvious-ish to kill my Slickshot, so... Hey, Tandy, just want to say your content's been super helpful for me as a new 1v1 player and prepping for RCQs. Heck yeah! Glad to hear. Removal spell here would be key. I also offer the trade, because I don't want the Blood Tide to just be able to kill it, and we'll light up the stage if they don't trade. Alright, so let's go plot. Play land, see if they tap out on 3 for Fable. If they tap out for 3 on Fable and we draw just a burn spell, we get a burn spell, light up the stage, and have 2 mana left over. Okay, so let's find any burn spell. Any burn spell. I will cast Light of the Stage for 3, because I otherwise don't have that much to do, and I want to do more stuff. Alright, it's going to be pretty hard to play both the Light of the Stages next turn, and all the cards, so we're going to go ahead and play one of them now. Lag? Lag spike? Hello? Okay. Alright, we got a big old zone of things that can be played. Alright, your go. Are you liking mono red over green red? I haven't played the green red build. That was Doomwake. And his build was very cool. Although I wouldn't even call that build that deck prowess. That was more like a Burning Tree Breakout or whatever. But I do think that a Blossoming Defense build could be excellent. So, alright, they drew into duress after discarding 2 lands. Let's see if they find an answer for the Slickshot. Oh, if they're cracking blood, they might not have an answer to Slickshot. They might be in trouble. They might be in trouble, chats. We get to go Lava Runner, attack, light up, Soulscar, something like that. No attacks. Alright, so let's go Lava Man. New Lava Man. New Lava Man just dropped. We're missing out on a little bit of damage not playing this light up the stage pre-combat, but I think I'm down to slam here. We can play post-combat for 3 anyway if they have removal for this. If they don't, we get to use our mana a little bit better. It feels like they drew a removal spell the way that they're tanking here. I wonder if they have Stomp and they're playing around Monstrous Rage, but we just showed them that we don't have it. So, I don't know. Oh, they're discarding. As long as it's not Kroxa. Alright, that's fine. Trade Jesus is good. And then we'll play 3-cost Light up the stage and the Soulscar Mage. Okay. We'll go ahead and play Soulscar since it's rotting. And next turn we can go Lava Runner, play with Fire, Soulscar. Maybe Channel Soakin's on in there somewhere if we draw lands. Another Fable. This is a good Giganta game. It should be a good Giganta game. This will also be a good case of the Crimson Pulse sideboard matchup. Alright, so Lava Runner. Let's kill the Reflection. We'll attack with both. And they'll block here. We'll Monstrous Rage. Monstrous Rage was a great draw. Oh, they didn't block, huh? No block, huh? That's a pretty sicko non-block, if you ask me. Huh. Wonder if I should just buy Giganta now? I really want to get the Soulscar Mage down. I think that they're just desperately digging to play the Vampire. So maybe I should just buy Giganta. I'm leaving so much damage on the table while they're tapped out. I guess I can Monstrous Rage, Soken's buy Gigantha. That's actually doesn't sound that bad. Next turn I can Soulscar activate Den. Alright, we'll put it on the Lava Runner just to make it a harder block next turn. Alright, so they take 8 down to 6. I guess I'll just play Soulscar Mage, because the Den of the Bugbear attack next turn is pretty threatening as well. And that with the Soken's means that maybe, but maybe I should just want Soken's by Gigantha, plan on playing Gigantha next turn once they get their 6/5 flyer in play. They might not be able to, you know. But the reason why they didn't block with Shaman, I think, is because they want the treasure. Not that they're playing around the buff. Alright, so they found the land, so now they're just going to play the Land Vein Ripper. So maybe because of that, I should have waited. Let's see, we're only going to lose one creature on the swing back, though. So they're going to go to... But they don't... So I think they're dead. They block... They take 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're actually just dead. Vein Ripper doesn't do anything here. Because we did that burst damage. That'll do even more. Vein Ripper sucks. We didn't even need it, but we did get to show it to him. All right, we're bringing the Witch Stalkers and the cases. And this is another matchup, I think, where Monstrous Rage is a little weaker because they just have a bunch of cheap removal. And I'm going to trim one Skewer the Critics for similar reasons. It's a little hard to turn on. I want most of my creatures. I think Play with Fire is good against the 2/2s. I thought they were regular Rakdos. No one is just regular Rakdos. Everyone has Sorin Vein Ripper. Sometimes they don't play some of the vampires, so they can play Shieldred or whatever. I reveal the Jackman. Okay, we'll keep this hand. We'll hopefully draw land. I keep saying that, so I feel like we should just be playing a 20th land. Not normally in a Tarkus Command believer, but Blossoming Defense and pick your poison or powerful options. I agree, Outer House. I'm the same way. I never liked Tarkus Command in Pioneer because no one played it with token generators. They only played it with like regular old creatures or whatever. Alright, we'll go for a... I guess a Kumano first. So we can transform it at some point. I don't think it's always correct to Kumano on one with Slickshot because sometimes you want to plot on two. So that way your opponent's just in bad shape for a while. Alright, we're going to play Lava Runner because it's the most non-threatening, and I don't really mind them killing it. If I play Swiftspear, they're going to trade if I attack. If I sit back on Swiftspear, I feel like that's a little awkward, so this gives away less information, so offers a trade if they attack. They're popping blood immediately. Sign of weakness, sign of maybe missing land drops. Discarding another Blood Tithe Harvester. Very weird. That just means they needed another land. They probably have Sorin Vein Ripper. Their hand's probably like push Sorin Vein Ripper or something. Alright, so we're not going to play our land first, I don't think. We're gonna attack here. We're gonna allow for a trade, and then we're gonna plot Slickshot. And then if they go for Sorin Vein Ripper, if they don't have a 4th land, they might just die. This is all fine. This is all calculated. And now if they tap out for Sorin Vein Ripper, they have to block, or else they're gonna die. Maybe they won't actually die, but they'll be pretty close to dying. Breacher, tapped. Okay. We draw a land. Are they dead? 3/6/9. I don't know if they're actually dead. We're gonna do look for a land, I guess. All right, let's just hope they don't have a way to kill our guy. I don't know what's happening. Magic Online is breaking. All right, it wasn't lethal if we drew a land, but it was pretty darn close. We got them down to 9. And we've only had 2 lands the whole game. So they get to attack and they get a 1/1 with lifelink. And then if they can kill Slickshot, we're probably in bad shape. But if they can't kill Slickshot, they're dead on board. All right, let's look at the top card of our deck. If it's a land, we're happy. I don't really want to play the Swiss Spear. All right. See if they have the kill for Slickshot. They do. Rip. All right, so we're still not that close to winning. They get to attack and go to 5. I can skewer them down to 2, but then they can attack up to 4. So I guess I just have to go case, and we have to play a case game and just try to burn them out that way. We'll just discard Swiss Spear as our discard. All right. Let's see if we can empty our hand next turn and get case going, and then maybe we can grind through the Preacher since they're basically out of juice. Restart MTGO. I don't think it's MTGO's fault. Oh, they drew Vein Ripper after nothings. Okay, so they're going to go to 7. So what can we draw? Six is 5. 2, 3. I think we're just dead. I can't even empty our hand. That's why I hate case, man. That's why I hate case. I just don't think it's good enough. We'll see. We'll just keep it on the play. If we had drawn a second land a turn earlier, third land a turn earlier, we would have been in better shape. But that's why you play 19 lands so you don't flood out later. You're on 20 lands. Why only 2 Den? Because the third land enters tap sometimes and you don't want it to. And I don't really have trouble using my mana, basically, ever. Definitely going to keep this hand. This hand looks awesome. Alright, go ahead and play Kamano first. Alright, probably going to have Fatal Push here for my Lava Runner. I wonder if I should Wizard's Lightning here. If they kill it. I kind of want to. Maybe too early, but with the Reckless Impulse, I don't mind it. Second black source of a red source, so they probably have Haunted Ridge in hand. Or another pathway. Alright, we'll attack for 2, see if they kill it. And with what? Every time they kill something, they just give us more info. Another push. All right, we'll Reckless Impulse. We're looking for stuff to play. We can go land Soulscar at the very least. All right, so we'll play the Sokenzan, and then I'm going to play Soulscar from hand so that we can play Swiftspear with haste next turn and attack. And then, worst case scenario, we buy Giganta. Triple Fatal Push in the first 2 turns is probably fine, right? Most decks can beat that. They have creatures in them. Alright, I guess we'll kill that and play Swiftspear. They probably have the 4th push. Alright, let's hope no Sorin minus Vein Ripper. Sorin minus Vein Ripper here is probably game. Just too much interaction into combo. Fable here also probably too good. Another Harvester is not. Any spell off the top is great. Land off the top lets me den. I can also buy Giganta and play any 1-drop. Load fire, okay. Let's kill it. Kill with fire. Okay, so they're going to take 3 to kill this, leaving 1 card in hand. What's that 1 card? We don't think it's Shoulder. If they had Shoulder, they would have played it last turn. They're at 7. I do think it's time for this deck to stop playing Bitter Triumph. I think Bitter Triumph is too weak. Alright, we're going to cast Slickshot and attack for 1 flying. Alright, they're going to get a token. We're going to take the 2. What move am I thinking of? Maybe go for a throw. Archfiend of the Dross. See if they attack. They might be in a spot where the Archfiend actually kills them. If they don't draw a removal for a Slickshot. Fable down to 5. Works so much better with the stream on. Thanks, Kamimi. Easy peasy with a 45 months. Alright, we'll block. I just don't want them to keep getting life linkers. And we can maybe have it so Archfiend kills them, or they have to kill their own Archfiend. Okay, we can also activate Den to block and shock something. So I really think that this could be a game where Archfiend kills them. But if they don't attack with the vampires, we can also play with Fire Face, looking for the burn, which I might do. They're getting aggressive. I'll go Soulscar blocks the Goblin, and then we go Face with the Play with Fire. So they want another mana source, so maybe they do have Vein Ripper in hand. And maybe we're going to die. So we can also chump. What if we don't do anything? Because the Play with Fire with Slickshot does so much damage? I guess we need to make sure that we have the line of the Archfiend killing them. Let's block. Because they can also just attack with the vampires and block with the vampires here, so make our thing big. We don't take the 2 from the Archfiend here because of the ability is a only works on your opponent's stuff dying. I don't really want Witchstalker. But if they go land Vein Ripper, then we might die. We could draw just any 3 damage burn spell to kill them, though. Oh! Mono. Okay, we're gonna go for the kill with the Slickshot. And hopefully they don't have it. Put us on 6. Yeah, I don't know that I agree necessarily. I think that people just adapt. You know? People just adapt to whatever you do. Okay, so this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna... Are they gonna play Ledger Shredder on 2? Probably not. And if they do, we can just put our bird in exile. Feels a lot like OG Warzone. I mean, I haven't been playing PUBG lately, so I feel you. Alright, we're gonna attack and see what they do. So it's Azori's control. We'll plot the Slickshot next turn. So this plays around their counterspell. I will play Slickshot. I'm gonna go for Play with Fire. Top card is Mountain. We don't really want that. I'm gonna Wizard's Lightning. This is bait. I want them to counter this Wizard's Lightning so that my Light Up the Stage resolves. Alright, well now I'm gonna do this in hopes that the Slickshot survives. This is like the most punishing possible this way for each of the sides that they take. So Slickshot dying means that they take 4 down to 9, and then we have Soulscar, Raymanap, Wizards, Lava Runner left, and I think that's probably good enough to win. Yeah, Ganjo's fine. This also means that they might not have a land to play next turn. And they still have to deal with the Swift Spear. Swift Spear plus Wizard Lightning Lava Runner is very close to lethal, especially with the Raymanabs. Wandering Emperor, okay. So maybe we'll Lava Runner, go after the Wandering Emperor, depending on what we draw. Fairy Hero, let's see if they tuck. Alright, let's go for Wizard's Lightning on face, and then we're just going to activate Den and hope that we can get there with damage. We can put them to 2 with Raymanap in play. They can't field me this turn. They can't have a 2-piece removal spell to kill the Den. They have removal for it. Bummer. Alright, we're going to send it face. Probably going to lose now, but maybe we can burn them out. Alright, so they tucked my Wizard. That means they don't have removal? Maybe? Alright, I'm gonna... I don't know what the top card is. I want to explore. I want to see what the top card is. At least have removal for this too. Petty Theft? Sure. Why is my game lagging like this, man? Could have played around that, I guess. Alright, so we'll play Soul Scar and then put a counter on it. Top card is a Get To Lava Runner. Is that the same Get To Lava Runner? I think we'll just keep it on top since it's a haster. Oh, thanks, Funwell. So maybe they're gonna Field of Ruin my Ramming App, looking to take away my haste creature. We can Soakins on an attack. So they do get to untap too, so they have basically the full range of their mana available. There will be feasting and dancing. It's a bummer. I think I'm dead. It sucks. We were like very close, but ultimately they had just a little too much. I could have maybe played around some stuff here. This main fails Field of Ruin on the Raymond apps, just like putting me even further. We can maybe make some tokens and then Monstrous Rage them. I guess there's some chance we get lucky if they just have Stone Nothing, but from my experience, they never have nothing. Even counter spells are good enough. Razor's Edge? Nah, we're dead. We're gonna play it out, but we're dead. Main phase Memory Deluge. Okay. If they... Man, they get to untap the Field of Ruin to go for after the Ramming App ruins, so I don't have anything locked up. A land gave me a potential to kill. Probably should have Soakins on and attacked last turn. They even have the Hallowed Moonlight. How embarrassing. Alright, you win. Match Online is just like lagging like crazy as well. Alright, case coming in. What's coming out? Probably the Shocks, Play Fires. I don't mind Monstrous Rage, but we gotta like find spots to really hammer them with it. Maybe we just cut Play with Fire for a Dawn. Keep him from gaining some life, maybe. Chandra DTK slot in? Yeah, you could. And you don't even really need Gigantha, if I'm being honest. But I'm not sold on the 19 land version still. I still think that there's room for improvement. But losing Skewer does take away a lot of your like free burst damage, but it makes your deck extremely one-dimensional and easy to exploit after sideboard. And so my goal basically for the last week has been trying to figure out a build that is not easily exploited after sideboard. And white helps with that with Wedding Announcement. Green helps with Blossoming Defense. And I don't know. I just saw so many 5-0s or whatever with this build, so I thought, well, let's give it another shot. I'm gonna keep this hand. Hand looks pretty good. I'm gonna go Swiss Spear attack. That way, turn 2 we can attack and then play Light Up, and then we can go from there. But we need to like resolve our card draw thing before they can counter it. Assuming they don't have Spell Pierce, which they usually don't. I doubt we'll play 2 Light Up the stages. That's usually a cap. Alright, hopefully you find something cool to play off of this, though. Even if it's just land, that's fine, right? Alright, so we'll go land, Lava Runner. That way we can go Swiss Spear before next turn, and we don't need to play something. We can go Swiss Spear attack, Light Up. Alright, we're going to play Wizard's Lightning pre-combat. If they want to counter it, that's fine. And then I'll play Light Up the Stage after. But we want to turn on the Lava Runner so it gets bigger. No more lies is fine. Rather than counter that than my Light Up. I guess. Do we play around? Oh, it got exiled. That's so embarrassing. Alright, attack for 5. Fucking hate exiling. Alright, well, we have a really good turn lined up, even if they have lockdown. And if they don't have lockdown, I can't imagine they're surviving. If they go, haha, Jawari, haha. Alright, so let's go Kamano. Kamano is actually a sick draw. Even if they have a thing, they're still dead to the Monstrous Rage. You gonna try Fugitive Codebreaker? Codebreaker's probably good. Let's attack for 8. Alright, well, we'll force them to have the, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8. So if we play Wizard's Lightning now, this is a threatening of lethal. We'll lose the Monstrous Rage, but that's okay, because we just have so much next turn to kill them. So they have to Wrath, and then we just skewer them. The squeeze! Alright. We just want to empty our hand as quick as possible and draw a case of the Crimson Pulse and hope they don't have a counterspell for it. Probably wait till they tap out to play it. Give them the biz. Trying 2 cabs. What's up, Will Hall? How's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing well. You're playing the Paradise RCQ Sunday. I believe I have a Lorcana event in town here. I think I'm going to lean towards that. EPs. Alright, let's hope we draw land. That's like the 8th time I've said that. But it's always true. Alright, we'll lead with Swiss Spear so we can do the same thing where we can attack plus Light Up the Stage next turn. And if we naturally draw the land, that's good. And if we don't, maybe we'll get the Light Up the Stage to go off. But maybe not. Maybe it gets countered. Maybe my Swiss Spear gets killed. Well, now what? So it's like no more lies 100%? Should I just Kumano? Just realized they're Yorion just now. I think I light up. If they don't have it, this is just very obviously the right play. And if they do have it, they're going to counter my thing no matter what. And I just need to hit my land drop. If I had not naturally drawn a land, it would have changed my play maybe. But I think I'm just too... It's too big of a payoff to hit and them not have the counter. And with 80 cards, it just makes it less likely to have it, I guess. I'm going to Kamano. They counter this, whatever. Just not drawing the lands game. Okay, we got some maps maybe for not next turn, but the turn after. But maybe next turn we can go Lava Runner plus map. Oh, they don't have second white, but if they have Deluge. Buy Yorion. Okay, we got a shot, chat. We have a chance. That was not what we needed. Simon, thanks for the follow. Oh my god. And we drew the land. Top card's a Lava Runner. Graveyard. Top card's a Show Off. I think Graveyard. I don't think they have an answer. I think they're stuck on white. Oh my god, they drew an island. Okay, so now they go for Yorion, which gets absolutely battered by this Monstrous Rage. Alright, so this is 3-6. I think I had trade. This is like a pretty aggressive trade here, but I think it's worth. Because they didn't wrath me last turn. And it wasn't quite lethal on the others. It put them to 2. Opponent's whining. That means I win. Haha. We're on the play. My hand is crazy. I'll play Swiss Beer and attack. Same thing as usual. Cloud Fountain. Any shockers? No shockers. So we get the Slide of the Sage going. And if we don't hit a land, I'm going to be real sad. But if we hit a land, we're in business. All right, let's go Kumano. They can't counter it. I'm going to attack for 4, and then we're going to put the show off into exile. And that way, if they tap out, they should be dead to Slickshot plus Double Whiz plus Lava Runner. Get lost is fine. So we have those working for us later. We need them. I'll take those cabs. How does Stifle work with plot? When do you stifle? I don't think you can stifle. It doesn't use the stack. It's like a special action. I don't know. All right, so we go land, Slickshot. The Wizard's Lightning face. Veto on the Wizard's Lightning. That's fine. Okay, so we can go Lava Runner, map, Wizard's Lightning, and they're tapped out. How much is this? So this is 6, 9, 12. I think we're 1 short. So if we hit on map, we win. And if they wrath me, the Kumano wins. And the ramming app is semi-lethal as well. Explore. All right, keep it on top. GG. All right, cases and the Dawn come in, and we cut the Play with Fires. I think we've kept a one-lander. Let's see, this is match 4. We've kept a one-lander most hands, which I don't think is a good thing. We probably should have mulliganed at least one of them. Actually, we should probably cut a Monster's Rage for one more Dawn. think the second Dawn is probably okay. Okay, this looks like a hand where we can maybe get empty-handed quickly. So we'll try it. Alright, archive. They tell us the word on the deck. Bird is good. Red is good. Prepare yourself for an onslaught of red. I doubt they'll ban the Slickshot anytime soon, but Slickshot is extremely the type of card that could get banned. The bird is the word. Should not have played the land first, but let's attack. Let's see if they kill it. I'm gonna go for a Monstrous Rage. It's like too much damage if they don't have a removal spell to leave it on the table. If they counter it, then that's fine. We'll light up the stage post-combat. But if they kill this, I don't think we can win anyway, especially because we just can't empty our hand. Veto's fine. And that's why we did it. That exact reason. Alright, top two are Mountain Mountain. So we do lose the ability to cast those. Or cast one of those. Curious if I go for case. See if they have another counter spell that costs 2. I'm gonna pitch this land. I know it's a good land, but the land is usually the choke point for the case, from my experience. The Swiss Spears off the top here could be good, especially if they just go like main phase Wandering Emperor, exile it. But now we just empty our hand as quickly as possible. Get the case going. Alright, let's declare tax. I'm gonna hold on to one of the Swiss Spears. Alright, so they're gonna go for Deluge, so I'm just gonna go ahead and zap them with the Whiz. Next time we can go attack with Swiss Spear, double skewer, try to empty the hand. Alright, so this is 3, 9, so it's gonna put them to 7. So they're at 7 with me having 2 skewers and a Swiss Spear. So if they just go Land Wrath, they're dead. But this is just more, I don't know, more proof that case is not good enough. But maybe it's good enough. Lockdown. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go for Swiss Spear attack, and we have the kill. They could obviously have interaction, but case dodged, which is sick. I'm gonna hold on to the Swiss Spear. I'm gonna force them to have counterspell. They didn't have it last turn, but they did Deluge, so let's see if they have it. Alright, nice. Maybe they're like green-white mid-range. Lights up pathway. Thoughtseize my Slickshot. Okay, this is the bad time. Maybe I upkeep Play with Fire. Top is a Lava Runner. Let's go. Next turn, worst case scenario, we can buy Gigantha. But we do flip this and attack. Oh, they're probably going to have to trade with the Kamano on their land. I guess they could have a Fatal Push here. If they discard. Okay. No harm. They discarded the Harvester. We're gonna buy the Jegman. And now we really need to draw like Light of the Stage or Reckless Impulse. Fable. Maybe we'll kill the token so we can keep attacking. It's like minus a damage, but it clears the way and keeps them from getting a treasure. 3 cards in hand. They discard land and a Dust Legion. Finds Hive. Soren. No! Okay, tick up, tick up, tick up, Keck W. Alright, we're gonna go for a Den, I think. Maybe not. I think them pumping the Mutavault is too strong. So we'll go 5 here and then 1 face. I really don't want him to Vein Ripper me. So I think killing the Soren there makes the most sense. Plus the plus ability with Mutavault's just good. Alright, I don't really want to attack because they have the Hive block. So we'll just play Gigantha and hope they don't have another Bitter. Because Gigantha plus Monstrous Rage is a way that I've been killing people a lot in the other builds when I'm flooding. And I wouldn't say that I'm flooding, but I'm not flooding. No, he drew it. Alright, well, this is so insane. So insane. Alright, well, we'll take 4. And they'll gain 4 up to 14. Can we threaten lethal? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See if they block. Maybe we should attack with this too, but I feel like that gives them an option to block here. And maybe me lose the game. Whereas this gives them 2 bad blocks where we don't lose the game. So if they block, we go... Aha! Man, we can't punish them. That's so infuriating. Alright, well, I don't think I should have lost that game. I think I played well. I got a little unlucky, but it's okay. Case, Frenzy... And then I think the Play with Fires are good. I think this is a... Maybe Monstrous Rage comes out because they just have too much cheap removal in the Skewer. On the play. Okay, we'll keep. We can empty our hand pretty quickly. I might wait until turn 2 to play the Kamano, so we can go Kamano plus light up, but I think I would rather just get try to get lucky and draw something to trigger this. Plus we get to flip the Kamano more quickly. And plus if they Thought Seize me on, if I don't play anything, they have a room to Thought Seize me and just take the Kamano. Then I'm just in a tough spot also. White Case versus Vamps. So this is just a card that lets you grind. Like, it's really good against spot removal, 1-for-1 trading, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. And when you get down to the nitty gritty, it's basically just like a last ditch resource engine. But I don't think it's good enough, and I'm probably going to cut it. I have yet to get to the solved ability in this deck. And this is like the deck built to get to the solve ability. And so I think just getting empty-handed in current era of Magic is just extremely difficult because every single deck is able to use all their mana every turn because of channel lands, creature lands, companions, activated abilities, etc. I say mulligan to 6. You ever thought of using Flame of Keld? Not with Case, but in general, I played it when it first came out. That's a great draw. You can also play the Light of the Stage. Perfect draw. Top 2 is another light up and a ramming app. Okay. So next turn, worst case scenario, we get to flip it. Dust Legion Zealot, not a big deal. Alright, land, Swiss Spear, attack skis. They can't really block. And profitably, I mean. They can chump block. And now they're probably going to Path of Peril me. But we'll go ahead and play light up, and we'll try to play around Path of Peril for the next couple turns. Mono's a good draw. We'll go ahead and play that. And next turn we can go Case. We have a land to play as well, so we can discard the Sokens on. You can also maybe just channel Sokens on to hold on to Case, but the longer we hold on to it, the worse it is. Alright, there's Path, as we expected. Slickshot Show Off, that's pretty good, I heard. Take a bunch. This would be the game where Case saves us, maybe? Especially if they start gaining some life somehow. Or it doesn't. Or it never does anything, even when, because we're winning by too much. Alright, so they left in their 1 wants to block, which kind of makes me want to Monstrous Rage them. But I still like Play with Fire because it kills the Blood Tithe and the Fable. Just gonna keep it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you could just play Pith and Needle on the board if you want to, Taku. I wouldn't call it a different version. Different sideboard options exist, and you can certainly try to hammer some of your hard spots, but, you know, I would rather just try to kill them. You know, I'd rather find, you know, the Tears of Valakut for their thing instead, right? I think that type of thing is better, but I'm not a fan of the Tears itself. Keep this hand. We have Play with Fire light up the stage as like a late game thing if we need. Oh, they're mulling into 5? Chat, we might get the trophy still. We might get the trophy yet. Alright, they're on 5 cards. Let's see what they do. Might get the trophy yet. This might be a Case of the Crimson Pulse game. That's what I always say when I draw Case of the Crimson Pulse. It might be a Case of the Crimson Pulse game, but it never is. Dust Legion. Okay, so we'll go attack plus light up. If they chump, we'll just play Soulscar. Ooh. Actually, let's just see if they block. We can save our creatures for post sweeper. Play with fire. Alright, we'll play Soulscar. If they want to trade, if they want to Wrath, they can. And the next time we can go Swiss Spear, play with fire, play with fire. Oh no. Well, we need to draw Witchstalker's Frenzy right now. Go face. I will play with fire their Sorin. Alright, so let's go play with fire Sorin. Okay, so now we go play with fire the Vein Ripper. And we sacrifice the Swift Spear that's unblocked. We lose 2, but then it gets shrunk, but we still trade. Now we clear. And we're at 12, but they're at 28. So now we are Case versus nothing. And that's honestly a fine spot to be. Case versus Fable is also a fine place to be. All right, let's attack. Oh, that was a good bluff. That felt good, chat. That bluff felt real good. No offense. No offense to opponents. Mono. Okay, let's go for a case, discard case. Just so we can get it down. Nice. We're going to have a nice little turn next turn. We can even get the case off next turn. Unless we get a little unlucky. I guess we can't. I guess we can't. But maybe we get close. There is such a high life total, man. Okay, so we'll go Kumano. And I think this Witchstalker just goes away. So we go Spectacle this one. Wizard this one. Den. Attack. Your go. And now case triggers. And now we get case. This is only the second time I've ever gotten case online. So let's see if case is good enough. Finally, it took so much. It takes so much to get the case off, chat. I don't really know how to explain it. It just takes so much. Archfiend, this is certainly going to kill me. Okay. So what is this? At the beginning of your upkeep, discard your hand. Okay, that's fine. I'll just say go and hope that I draw. Oh, no, I'm just dead to these two. Oh, well. GG. Okay, so the Ripper stuff is still tough to beat, man. I don't know. We went 4-1, and it felt like Case of the Crimson Pulse was horrible. 19 lands is one too few. So I think I'm just going to cut one Skewer the Critics for a land and keep the one Reckless Impulse. Because I think the Skewer is probably the worst card in the deck. Red Cap Melee was awesome for the mirror, but again, it could be Chandra's defeat. Spunky Pungus, thank you so much for 29 months. Rampaging Frostodon didn't really do much, but that's okay. I think, honestly, it's just Splash Green and play Pick Your Poison and Blossoming Defense. But I'm not sure if we play Monstrous Rage and Blossoming Defense. So I'm going to do some work on that. And that's kind of where I'm at. I've played this deck a couple times now. This main deck is so close to perfect, but I really think maybe it's just minus a Skewer for a land. The one Reckless Impulse feels good, but getting stuck on one land too often is just so brutal. And, you know, the turn 3 Vein Ripper, just not easy to beat. We almost did. I don't know. The Archfiend plus Vein Ripper, though, is just so tough. Anyway, Slickshot Show Off, still excellent. Still does massive damage. We didn't quite get the impressive showing that we got last week when we played this build, but I did want to try one more time before I made serious changes, and I think I have basically solidified my thoughts of 19 lanes is too few, Case of the Crimson Pulse is too weak, and Skewer the Critics is the worst card in the deck, but it's just Lava Spike, and it's hard to cut Lava Spike in your burn deck, right? Wiz is great. The Wizards are great. Monstrous Rage is awesome. X Factor in a lot of spots. Maybe you could trim one Monstrous Rage because of just the fact that so many people are like lowering their curve and having a lot of 1 and 2 mana cheap interaction. Monstrous Rage gets sided out quite a bit as well. I think really the answer is just splashing a color, and it's either green for Blossoming Defense and some other stuff, or it's white for Wedding Announcement and some other stuff. And no matter what you do, you need answers to the Sorntel, and you need some way to buff your stuff. You need some way to make Slickshot really powerful, and I think Monstrous Rage is it, but I don't know. That's it. All right, that's going to do it for the YouTube video today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tandy. Make sure to check out our sponsors. Apex Gaming is a store out of Caldwell, Ohio that does a tournament series. We recently concluded our Team Open and our Modern Open, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and it was quite a good time, and we're planning on doing basically one of those every month and a half until we get bored of it. If you want to find out how to play the events or qualify for the invitational, check out apexgaming.gg. Moxfield.com is a great place to build and share deck lists with your friends. I highly recommend using them. We use them on the channel, and you can hit !deck or deck list in the chat to get your or get a link to my deck list that you can check out yourself. You can also check out Games and Comics Paradise. They're a game store out of Fairfax, Virginia, specializing in trading card games. And I highly recommend them if you're in the area. Make sure to go check them out. But you can check out their website, gcparodice.com, and find anything you need for TCGs, from dice, sleeves, singles, and more from all the games that you love, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and now Disney's Lorcana. Check out gcparodice.com. I'm Tandy. I write articles for my Patreon, sideboard guides, new decks, spotlights, things of that nature. You can check me out on patreon.com/Tandy. Join up and win your next tournament. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.